Hello and welcome back to Tech World. So I've been considering a few different things. One of the things I'd like to do is I certainly like the idea of the slag furnace. I've still got some food left, so I think it may not necessarily be a bad idea to have. Let me just get rid of this one torch. Probably overdoing it a bit, but I can always reposition these. I certainly want to start thinking about how this is going to look. So we're going to come in through there. I'm a little hesitant to actually use any tools at the moment. I've got an iron sword now, haven't I? I did that in the last episode. One of the cool things is this is the conveyor. We have this, yeah. Conveyor module. This is going to be iron plate or so we can actually make this quite easily. And the advantage of this thing is that we can start to make some cool items from this plate beneath. These are very useful items. Translocator. I think we'll be alright though. And of course, there's actually one of the important things is there's all these. So you've got the electric crafting table, the automatic rest, and the way you do this is you just put an extractor with that. So this is quite useful. And then for this, you just need copper and then iron and redstone. Now, of course, we're not going to get redstone because we're not deep enough. So, and for this, you'll notice this is wood plate, not that one though. But yeah, I was thinking about this as well. This wood pulp, because I was thinking there's not really anything quite like a sawmill. So you can do this. Problem is it's not going to get me more though. I don't feel that. I don't feel that, you know, for instance, in the yeah, I just wanted to look at this. So you see, this actually replaces it all. So it's going to make much more sense to work with wood plate. But like I say, it doesn't appear, from what I can tell anyway, that we're going to see any kind of increase in wood output from a single wood, you know, just a block. You know, these these regular blocks of wood are not, from what I can tell, going to actually provide any more than 4 planks. Oh no, they do it in the, yeah, you see, this is the only thing you can use, the industrial sawmill. There's also an option with the carpenter as well, and that gets you the wood pulp, I believe. Yeah. So anyway, I'm thinking about that because that is kind of an issue. But regardless, we've got a few ores to mine up here. I can certainly get this. Some nice XP here. I might do the crafting thing, but yeah, I've been looking in more detail about this stuff, just in the early game stuff. And you know, I want to make sure that we've got some kind of, yeah. This is the thing with the clay. With the clay, the issue with the clay is that there's not really that many ways to get it. We would have to find. Yeah, there is actually a backpack system as well, which may be worth doing at some point. Yeah, the issue with the clay is that this is really probably the way we're going to have to do it. And we're going to have to automate this system because that's not going to... yeah, this will be an interesting system to automate. But I think that system will have to be automated. Another kind of important thing here. Yeah, so there's plenty of ways to do it. Probably the carpenter. But yeah, so that's sort of what I'm going to be thinking. That's sort of like almost like a little preview of what's to come. Of course, we're going to be working on. There's also a digital chest here, which works similar to a barrel. But like I say, yeah, just one thing at a time, I guess. And yeah. But I'm quite low on wood at the moment, so I potentially will venture out. We'll see. We will see, certainly. So how did I think about going down further here? I think it was around here, wasn't it? Or was there just nothing further to do here? Maybe worth going a little deeper, just having a little look at stuff underneath. And I'm going to do that. Yeah, the flint like this is not worthwhile. I'm going to go for the flint mortar. So we need a bowl and a flint. So let's do that right now, actually. So then we take that, and then I think if we just get a load of gravel. How do we do this? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just the bowl and then gravel. No, it's not. What can we do with the iron mortar then? Why do I think this would be useful for gravel? Oh yeah. No, I was right. Okay, so really, the flint mortar can't even do. It can't even do gravel. No, it seems to be all right with the ores. With the ingots. So yeah, so you should be able to do, say, an ingot, I guess. Yeah. And then what happened to the bowl? Was that just one use? Or maybe it's just... No, it's not there, is it? Make the flint mortar. Put in the copper ingot. It was worse with iron, right? No. You see, the iron mortar is better. So that literally is just one use. So that's not really worth it in a way. It could be. I mean, it's potentially useful, I suppose, if you just need one piece here. But for the iron mortar, do we need more than one piece of iron? I wonder for that. We need two. We also need stone bricks. All right, we're not going to be doing that yet, then, I guess. But that's going to be how we're going to get the flint from the gravel, because, like I say, I actually mentioned it in the description to the last video. Yeah, there's no point doing that incessant shoveling stuff. To try to get rid of those kind of very standard tasks is not really what I want. These incessant tasks. Okay, now. So what I want to think is how this is actually looking. I'm going to start filling in some of these holes as well, because they're not helping really. There's not necessarily any need to. Oh, where do you come from? So like I mentioned before, I did want to get rid of this whole area, didn't I? And you see, the more we can expand this area, the better. Yeah, it doesn't matter really if some of these torches come off. But yeah, I think I am going to go down in a bit. And we want to kind of smooth off this ceiling. Just trying to think how this actually looks. It might be... That spy's going to be here soon, I guess. I think he's trying to get over there. Yeah, I'm not sure that we're going to see too many mobs around here. We haven't seen too many so far. I've got it on hard mode, and that's the way. Obviously not, you know, the Greg config hard mode, but I've got it in you know, just regular hard mode. Up here is potentially. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, I think it's okay to have these multiple entrances here. It might be okay. We'll see. We'll see if I actually want to keep it like that. I haven't actually got a chest here. I don't really want to. I really don't, see, if I make one, I'm going to have to go outside and get some more wood, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to try to go down a bit. Now we see this is the entrance here. So this area here could easily be converted into a large workspace, couldn't it? We've got two entrances here, from there and from there. So it's going to make some more sense to dig right down here, I think. So let's do that. Just get a little bit digging on the go. Why not? And we're going to dig a 3 wide. And with a bit of luck, we'll come into something good. I'm going to ignore some of the ores for now. Just want to get a little bit lower. But yeah, I do need to find a lot of clay, I think. That's going to be important for me. I'm going to either have to find clay or I suppose... Well, it's one of those things, isn't it? It could find a red rock biome, but then finding clay is potentially going to be easier. And there may be some benefit to trying to get some levels as well. We'll see there. There's plenty of time, plenty of things we could do. I wonder what sort of options we have for like this. It's fairly it's kind of fairly standard. So there's nothing particularly massive in terms of options here. But I don't mind so much. You know, that stuff's going to be done with Steve's carts. And really that is what I'm going down here for, just to get enough for a cart assembler. And that way I can start again rethinking and thinking again of my options here. Okay. So let's just get rid of some of this stuff. I missed it that time. Oh well. But yeah, I think we are going to have to go down pretty soon, though. Go out pretty soon, because I haven't got enough wood. If I can try and get just try and get a few maybe slightly higher level resources to take back to the base would be nice there. And obviously digging a big tunnel like this is a big thing down like this is going to be useful. So I may as well do it, you know, sooner rather than later. And it actually is more useful to actually do it in a spot where I actually want it, rather than looking for a natural area. Could have spade's gone, I think. All this gravel though will be useful, so for flint. So there's no reason not to grab it. I think that's always one of the problems, you know. I mean, rotten flesh, for instance. Apart from there was one recipe for it. I don't know if that's in here. Well, there's one. Well, interesting recipe there. So there is actually one to deter mobs from. See, that was one of the cool things about this version of MFFS. I think it's slightly different to deter mobs like that. It's a bit like ethereal glass in extra utilities is, which is quite cool. Let's try to go down. Let's may as well use up the spade. And let's keep on going. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the placement here. The spade's gone. No, still going. There must be one more hit on it. 2. Alright. I'm not finding anything. I'm hoping we'll come up with something soon. There's a lot of gravel down here though. I think I placed it too fast there. Must have done. Really? I'm surprised at that behaviour there. Interesting. It doesn't make much difference. But yeah, I'm going to keep doing this, I think, till I come out with let's just I want all this stuff. What do we do with bones, I wonder? Oh yeah, painter. Never used that properly. So we do have backpacks in here as well, which is good. So it's going to make sense for me to do the backpack thing. What if I even do a series on that? One thing I was thinking is I could almost just do these series as I actually do them in this world. It's an interesting idea. I wonder if I actually do that. I'm not getting too far here. You know what? Let's go back outside. I'm not going to. I want to try and mix up the episodes a bit instead of just having all the same stuff. So we're going to go back outside. And yeah. And then we'll have a door here. I don't really like to chuck anything away, really, because what's the point of chucking anything away? But at this point, spider eye is probably the best thing to chuck away. All right. I'm happy with that for now. Really? It comes out here? This must be the wrong thing then. Oh shit. Where's my sword? Oh, I got my sword here. a lot faster. Before I'd just be really messing about there. Well, there's my structure. I'm sure I didn't build it quite like this. Well, this is just sand, unfortunately. There's some clay there. Oh no, it's not clay, is it? It's so hard for me to tell apart. Yeah, it's clay. Alright, that's good. Well, I'm definitely going to need this. Well, I guess we're going to meet some more skeletons afterwards anyway. You know what, if we've got it right here, I may as well just go back to our, well, base is not exactly starting off too well. Alright, how are we going to do this? Well, let's be honest, we're not... This tree is a bit of a mess. Still got this bit of the sacks left. I'm going to have to build this base. It's not going to work otherwise, I don't think, really. Didn't really get many resources, but I got a little bit of stuff, I suppose. It's annoying how difficult it is to tell clay. But I guess because it's only in kind of small quantities, maybe I will be able to tell. Maybe I'll start getting good at that. Alright, let's... we've got a bit more wood here. I really want to get... is anything less than a... can we make a copper chest, I wonder? I haven't got enough. I really want a copper chest, so I don't want to be making normal chests here. This is a waste of time. Let me just find some copper quickly. Should get some around here. Am I really going to have to go back? Ah, fuck it. I'll just have a normal chest, I suppose. But really, that's not good enough. Alright, did I pick up the slag furnace? I didn't. That's a shame. Alright, so... Well, we're going to need like a lot of the normal stuff here. This is a waste of time though. There's no point at all to having a crafting table at any point. So really that is just, it's literally, well I could hang, yeah that's the thing, I could potentially, can you do uncrafting, I wonder? What can you do with a crafting table then? Yeah, I mean a pocket crafting table I suppose would be more useful than that. Yeah, it is actually a recipe in various items, so it's not actually a thing to throw away. That would be a mistake. I'm not going to be doing any of the buildcraft stuff, at least not for a long time. I've done that so much. I've really focused a lot, almost too much on buildcraft. God, I'm not going to lie. I'm curious about what these other turtles can provide, but we've got Zycraft, haven't we? Yeah. All right. So we don't want to be focusing on these quite yet. Oh, actually, we've got 12 copper ore. So let's get our slag furnace. We haven't got a slag furnace, but we can certainly make one. It required 2 furnaces, I believe. So I wonder if we can drag here. No, we can't. Actually, that's not how you do it, is it? Alright, so we need 2 furnaces here. And we need to put them over here. So this is why this is so much easier. Alright, so we've got our sort of basic set, which I'm happy about. And then and I'm pretty sure that it does use it very, very fast, I believe. Twice as fast, in fact. But and the way you actually sort that out is that you have to use a furnace heater here, which requires insulated coil, which requires a lot of lead, and of course clay again. So we need clay. When you're going to need cyan wool as well. So we're going to need a lot of cyan dye. So we can get that from lapis, and we can get that from cactus. So that'll be useful to have that, because if you look at the sort of stuff that, because we need that for the Omni wrench, of course. Of course, more diamonds as well, I suppose. And it's probably needed for the lexicon. Yep. If we just look at what cyan wool can do, it is so much more than yep, blue alloy wire. Yeah, we don't need it for the scoop actually. You certainly need it for the mystical plinth, and you can't get this without that. Yeah, and then these are not rotating, so there's no other thing. There's nothing else you can do with that. All right. So there's not. I honestly don't really want to just destroy the area around my base. That seems a bit stupid. So I'm probably not going to do that. Because I like the area around my base, and I've already kind of messed it up enough at the beginning. The way this is going to work, incidentally, is that I want this length to be the same as this length. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? 15, yeah. So that's 15 long. So what's actually going to happen is this is going to be 15 as well. So yeah. So we can basically do it like this. 1, 2, 3. I will have to get rid of it, the rest of it in a minute, but I'll just do it now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's too long. It has to be basically 15 inclusive. So let's do that again. So 1, 2, 3. It's easy from the side, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 inclusive. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 inclusive. Okay. So that is the square basically. And so what that means is that if we just go, yeah, we just go here, and obviously we know where the floor is. But if we just go here, this is going to be the actual, the way it's going to look. because this is the way it comes out. So I'm just thinking about it. Yeah. Basically, this whole internal area, everything in between here is going to be filled in. So the arch itself is going to make the roof. That's how it's actually going to work. And then the two things at the end will simply, and there's this whole area inside is filled in. That's how that's going to work. Yeah. So let me just put some ores in here. We've got sapphire. Just going to put anything that looks like ore at the moment. Any really, well, flint could be almost be seen as an ore, but yeah, I'll think about how I'm going to do that in a minute. What's this thing? You do shift and space. Does that work? I don't know. Let's just get rid of some stuff for now. We got some more smooth stone and some copper. Didn't seem to get any XP for that though. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting items that we're going to do, but not. It's like I say, you know, this is not going to be a quick series. It's going to be a very kind of slow, methodical series. Do need to get a lot of clay though. So I definitely will be doing that. We have got a nice amount of shoreline here though. Let's break that. Looks like I did. I should look at what you do with the leaf piles and stuff, and the cattail and the hydrangea as well. So I'll look at all that for next episode. But yeah, so we're gonna next episode I'm gonna work on finishing off this initial structure. At the top, not quite. Let's just see if we can get the top one there. There we go. So yeah, we can always plant more trees here. And in a sense it may almost be worth just cutting down the forest here. Maybe not the rubber trees, but we've got some nice oak trees here. So, and we're certainly not going to be able to finish this without doing so. But at the same time I do want to get a lot of clay. Can we make a shovel out of copper, I wonder? Doesn't appear so. We've got one piece of iron, that's handy actually. Let's just do the rest of this episode by trying to get some clay. We could do with some scuba gear. Need to pick up more flowers and stuff. Need to just run about a bit, really. That's what I need to do. So where was that clay? This is clay here, isn't it? This is pretty nice clay to have, actually, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think this is the green swamplands. Well, I certainly chose a good route. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking clay here, so whatever. So you got to see it. A scuba helmet might be useful though. That was one thing I actually did make in my Greg Tech episode. Funnily enough, I really remember that Greg Tech episode very well, for some reason. But yeah, lots of interesting items we can make. I'm sure I'll have fun exploring the difference between EUT and EUP, which is at the time was a very interesting issue. It still is really. So if you don't understand it, it's very hard to understand quite what's going on with the machines. I don't really want to kill too many more animals at the moment, though. That was close. But it's not too concerning at the moment. When you're this... Alright, so we've got that area there. Seems to be a bit more here though. I don't know why it's taking so long to get back up. Yeah, see, any deeper in this I'd be fucked. I'm just going to get this last little bit here. Timing it quite nicely at the moment. This is not good though. Where is it? Yeah, sometimes I just need to do that because I do unfortunately sometimes can get lost in very, very small places. I wonder if I've got enough to... Yeah, the problem is my base is slightly too big to really be able to construct particularly well here. Nice. Actually got an apple there as well. How much do we get then? Ooh, 5 stacks. Oh no, sorry, 4.5 stacks. That is a nice amount. Alright, so that's going to be the end of that episode. We've got a nice amount of clay now. That's going to keep us going for a while. Well, we'll see, I suppose. Depends how expensive everything is. And yeah. But like I say, with clay, now we've actually got a decent resource like that. I mean, with clay, what can we do with clay? The sculpting tool, what does that actually do? Really? It's funny. I really can't remember what that does. Clay sculpture. Here we go. You see, this is what we can do. We can make the coke oven. We're going to do that next episode. Make a coke oven. That's a good idea, I think. All right. Thanks for watching.